that Dame Joan Collins is on something of a warpath, but when isn't Dame Joan? Let me tell you, I've interviewed the actress many times, and a lot of people say to me, is Joan like the character that she played, the Alexis Carrington Colby Dexter Dynasty, or whatever she was called, in Dynasty or Dynasty, whichever place you come from? Well, Joan, shall we say, doesn't do too much acting in that particular role, but as ever, she remains vitally interesting. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Hope you're keeping well today. Dame Joan Collins, 89 years old and looking as glamorous as ever, is still actively working. Apparently, according to Joan though, she has to work. That's right, she's not as rich as people think. She didn't make as much money as people claim when she was in the Dynasty years. Interesting story she told me. She managed to get this pay rise, I think it was at about £1 million an episode, which was a lot of money back in the day, you know. But then the super producer, Aaron Spelling, decided, well, you pay her that, but then he wouldn't include her in the show every single episode. So while she got more money, she got less screen time. Terrible thing for an actress that, dent their ego. Lana Turner famously said also, that when she was doing a theatre tour, she basically wasn't too fussed about the money, but the size of the lettering of her name outside the theatre was more important than the bottom dollar. Don't think it really resonates with the actresses today. But Dame Joan, apparently could have been playing Princess Margaret in The Crown. That's right, she's already had a go to fake royal series with Elizabeth Hurley over on the E channel called The Royals. Allegedly a comedy. Wasn't really that funny, but as ever, Joan looked fabulous in the frocks and the fake diamonds. But according to insiders, the Crown were very keen for Princess Joan, as it were, to take on the role of Princess Margaret. Now, apparently we're not quite sure what went wrong, but a very good source at the Crown who works on that show told me it was all to do with contractual monetary situation. Basically, she wanted too much. But now is she going to get her chance? Because finally it looks like Joan's getting her chance of a role in royalty. For older fans, you may remember way back in 1955, she played a lady-in-waiting opposite Betty Davis when Betty played Elizabeth I, so that was pretty close for her. But this time around, we're told that she's going to be playing the, Wallis Simpson. That's right. It's an experimental movie that doesn't have a full deal or TV series yet. They're hoping to make a teaser trailer, as they say, and this will be in the latter part of Wallis's life after the death of Edward. I have to say, Dame Joan is, as ever, very brave to take on this particular role because, as we know, Wallis Simpson was an intriguing character and many people have tried over the years to replicate her by playing her on screen and indeed on stage. So for Joan at 89 years old to take on a challenge, she must be applauded. But seemingly it must be also really strange because Dame Joan is one of our most fierce, loyal monarchy supporters. She loves being a dame. You're not allowed to call her Joan. You have to call her Dame Joan, always, trust me. And I think what's interesting here is that, for her to take on these roles seems really odd because they could upset Her Majesty the Queen or indeed other members of the senior monarchy. But seemingly for Joan, at this stage in her life at 89 years old, perhaps she needs the money more than we realised. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.